Hey there. Welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson. That's Nathan Fox. Together, we're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email here from Anonymous.
It says, hello, Ben and Nathan. I have been listening to the show for a couple months now and don't know if you all have advised on a character and fitness addendum. I was charged with a minor in possession during my freshman year of college and the charge was dismissed. I've been looking to get this expunged, but I will still have to disclose the charge. I know the typical LSAT demon mantra for an addendum is only mention the positives, but I was wondering how it applies in this instance because I will have to own up to a negative. I've read online, which is a proven questionable source when it comes to law school advice, that it is important to take responsibility. However, I have difficulty wording it as I don't want to produce a disingenuous sob story. Ben, do you think it's important to take responsibility?
That's not something I think about when I think of these addendums. I just think of stating the facts.
Right.
That's the easiest way to stay safe. Mm-hmm.
Answer the question with facts. You don't need to apologize.
No, yeah. And sorry, I was going to say the best way to take responsibility is to just say what happened.
Right.
This is what happened.
Just own it. You know, I overslept and I didn't make it to my LSAT class and I'm sorry. I fucked up. My bad. You don't need, you can just say the facts and yeah, I don't know. I guess there I'm saying I'm sorry because I'm apologizing to my customers, but the law schools are not your customer. They're vetting you as like a pre-check for your character and fitness that you'll have to take when you apply to the bar. And like minor in possession. Okay. If that's a charge that they need disclosed, then you need to disclose it, but you can say what the charge was and how it was resolved. And that's pretty much all you need to say.
What do you think about this? Here's a fact that you could share. If it gets expunged, that would be great. Maybe you have to report it, but you could point it out. I don't know in that situation, but what about facts such as I have had no incidences since for the last 5 years? That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact that you can put into the record.
Yeah.
You can disclose the fact that you had this thing happen, and then you can disclose the fact that nothing like that has happened since then. But now listen to what Anonymous says. Anonymous says, I intend to write something along the lines of this. So here we can do some live editing for Anonymous. Charges were dismissed and are in the process of being expunged for a minor in possession incident that occurred during my freshman year of college, in which I was holding a beer at the age of 19. Ben is again vigorously shaking his head. No, he does not like that. What don't you like about that? I think there's much not to like.
There's much not to like, but I would say my reaction started right when you said charges were dismissed. You're talking in the passive voice. When you're in trouble for something, you don't say the glass was broke. Oh, no shit, it was broke. That's why we're having this conversation. You say, I broke the glass. I held the can of beer. I was at 19, I was caught holding beer.
Well,
or whatever.
You were drinking the fucking beer, dude. Don't say I was holding a beer. As if they didn't see me drink it though. The cop got me with it in my hand, but it was my friend's beer. Shut up. You're at a party, you're drinking. It's not a big deal. Just say I was charged with minor in possession. I got a minor in possession. Yep. I was convicted of a minor in possession.
Say whatever happened. End of story. Short sentence. None of this long. As soon as people start talking in the passive form, our guard goes up. It's like, okay.
Oh, charges were dismissed. I'm seeing that now. Charges were dismissed. So I would say there,
that's also something you want to end on. You want to start with your negative fact. I got charged with this. They were dismissed. We're starting with the positive and then going negative. You don't want to go in that direction.
During my freshman year of college, I was charged with minor in possession. The charges were dismissed and are in the process of being expunged. Nothing like that has happened since. But instead, Anonymous goes on with, this charge illustrated the severity of the law. What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean the charges illustrated the severity of the law? No, they didn't. You're like owning weight. It's like, I can tell you don't mean it. Like you called it earlier a disingenuous sob story. I don't know about sob story, but it's for sure disingenuous. You know that this isn't a big fucking deal. It was an MIP when you were 19. They dropped the charges. It's nothing. But you coming in with like, this illustrates the severity. What? Nobody believes you.
You sound like Judge Judy now. Like all of a sudden it's like, hey, here, and it's like, you don't actually think that. You're just scared shitless.
Yeah. It illustrated the severity of the law and the consequences of my thoughtless decision, causing me to weigh future decisions carefully before acting, which is just such a conclusion that's telling instead of showing. It's
also bringing us back to the thoughtless decision. Like, let's state the fact and move on as quickly as possible. Let's not go back and revisit it.
Thoughtless decision. Yeah. I got an MIP. Well, I was charged with MIP when I was 19. Charges were dismissed and are in the process of being expunged. Period. And that's all you need to say. Just don't say any of this stuff.
Yep.
Okay, another question. Also, I know there's no definitive answer, but do either of y'all have any insight on the extent this harms my application? Probably not at all. It's not an issue.
Probably not at all if you do the facts. If you start like saying all this stuff, then you're just making yourself look odd.
Yeah. I was charged with MIP when I was 19. I was charged with a minor in possession when I was 19. Period. Charges were dismissed and are in the process of being expunged. Period. Done. Don't put anything else. All the other stuff makes you sound worse. I have been scoring in the 170s on practice tests, and I have a 3.79 UGPA, and I wish to attend a competitive school, whatever the hell that means. I'm hoping if I have the numbers, this will be able to be looked past. Yeah, you have the numbers. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Thanks for the always blunt and awesome advice. You all have truly transformed this test for me. Smiley face, anonymous. Okay. Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.